Southwest, nigga. Look. Look, I kick your dope if I heard that you been.
What's up, man? This your boy, Oz. Motherfuckers in the barbershop, man. We back at it. We back in the shop with it. Same old cast, but I love for them to reintroduce themselves, man. Go ahead, fellas.
Yo, it's your boy Gans. It's good, motherfuckers. You can follow me on Instagram and Twitter at YUNGGANS. You already know.
It's your man's Nice. You can follow me on the gram at BNice2_, and on Twitter __BNice.
This is Orlando, and I'm starting to get back into Twitter, so you can follow me at the Tackler 1711.
I guess we be getting into NBA draft. We just watched that earlier. We filmed this we recorded this at night. We'll maybe get into some movie talk. Tupac shit dropped, and
see what the night takes us.
See the Transformers, and we probably talk about the line. We got a list a lot of stuff we would probably like to cover. We also like to keep it short and sweet. But I like to start this off something new. I want to do a shout outs and shaking my heads real quick. You feel me? Is that cool with you guys? I want to shout out Cedar Point. I had a great time. Me and my brother, my girlfriend, my other brother went. We all had a great time. I also like to shout out Swipers. They paid for the trip for us, so it's even better time at that point. Free parking, free food. I felt like a king. I never felt like that before. And I like to shake my head. Wheat Timberlands. It's summertime. Take them off. I don't want to see them anymore. I feel like I think the time is not now for Wheat Timberlands. If you want to spend $200 on them, be my guest. Might be cheaper in the summer, but please, I don't want to see them around your feet right now. It's just
niggas' feet sweating and shit.
Yeah, like it's a stinky mess. It's almost horrible to where it's almost ill-efficient to wear Wheat Timberlands right now. Like it's the worst option you can do is wear Wheat Tim. So just shaking my head at that shit. I know you niggas still gonna do it, but nah.
Niggas clunking around in the summer. My shout out, I want to shout out to the intro track today. My boy Young Gucci, he just dropped a video for the track Young Gucci, the self-titled track, and you can find it on my Instagram, my Twitter. I'm pretty sure you can find it on any of these guys' Twitters and Instagram as well. So go take a look at that. That's dope. My boy was out in Southwest fooling in a mansion. Go take a look. My shaking my head is actually pretty contrary to Austin shaking my head for swipers, because my girlfriend just got her bank account hacked by swipers. They took a lot of money out of her bank account actually. So
that's how we went to the point. So thank you to Jalen's girlfriend.
Shout out Thugger.
Yeah, shout out to my girl too.
Yeah.
It wasn't that swiper though. We know that swiper. That's my girl.
Alright, cool.
Yeah, that's my shaking my head and my shout out.
My shout out, man. I just want to give a big ups to all the Metro and Detroit talent that is on the verge or got drafted tonight, man. Keep hustling, keep grinding. And my shaking my head, Lonzo Ball, man. The Big Baller brand bow tie was a no-go for me. I think that you should have passed on that one. And also the Lakers shoes was a nice touch, but I'm not feeling the colorway on the Big Baller brand kicks, man. It just wasn't looking nice.
I thought LeVar had the Big Baller tie.
Oh, well, it looked like both of them did. So whoever had the Big Baller bow tie.
Oh, it was a bow. Oh, yeah, so it was Lonzo. Lonzo did have the bow tie.
No
the bow tie's already a no-go.
It had the triple B black tie. It looked like a good idea, but I'm not.
No, bow ties are a big no-no.
Yeah.
Off rip.
Bow ties.
And then to Big Baller branded, it probably cost $1,000.
I actually almost got talked into a bow tie on Prime, but
that's a good job you did.
The wiser heads prevailed.
Hey, I wore a bow tie to Prime.
So Jay Gans is a big. It's cool when Jay Gans does it. I ain't gonna lie, it's a beta dog move. If you're an alpha dog, you would have had a straight tie. But a beta dog is gonna wear a bow tie. But you look nice. Also.
No, I didn't. Look.
Okay.
Looking back at my prom pictures, bro, I wish I wouldn't have worn it. So.
Okay, future advice: no goes on the bow ties. If we got any young followers, no
bow ties are straight.
No bow ties. I'm voting no on the bow ties. I'm also voting on tall suits like Lando had for prom. So no tall suits and no bow ties. So Lando, your shout out.
We gonna drop a pic of Lando for prom too.
Hey, I was doing it in the Steve Harvey suit, man. Y'all know it. But my shout out got to go to Game of Thrones for the trailers they dropping. July 16th is coming out. That was fire. And I got to give a shout out to Power. It comes out this weekend so it can get us through this long ass, hot ass summer. I guess my shaking my head would be that I will not be here next week because I will be in Jamaica where I spent a lot of money. So,
well, Jamaica's fun.
I don't know how fun it's going to be.
Shout out and a shaking my head.
It's shout out and a shaking my head. It's impossible to both. So I'm shaking my head.
All right, I don't think you should shake your head at this because you're already putting a bad taste into the trip. Like I almost think you're impairing yourself not to have a good time.
No, I'm just preparing for the worst. So if it is a bad time, it's like, hey, but hey, that's just my shaking my head.
I say that you enjoy your barbecue, cookout sandals, and your bucket hat, and
your coconut. You're gonna have a coconut. And I know it's gonna have a coconut drink in his hand constantly. Pina coladas. And he's gonna go to the slums. Hopefully, he doesn't get robbed. That's the shaking my head is getting robbed if you come back.
Oh yeah, definitely.
All right.
That can also be a shout out to the person that robbed you too.
Yeah, that's
always a spin, bro.
It's always a reverse of the shout outs, but
no, I definitely be back there to get my money back. I gotta die in Jam Rock wherever I'm at. So yeah.
All right, so NBA draft happened. First pick was Markelle Fultz, somebody we've never seen play basketball. Second pick was Lonzo Ball, someone we've heard play basketball, but only heard from his dad. And then the Pistons draft Kyle Singler Jr. So does anyone have any like real hard facts on Kyle Singler Jr., aka Luke Kennard?
I would like to say, just from a standpoint that you being a LeBron James fan, he did break LeBron's scoring record in high school basketball in Ohio.
Yeah.
So, I mean...
But I also heard he's 6'6" with a 6'5" wingspan, so he has a T-Rex arms. So
which is good for a shooter.
I would like a T-Rex to break LeBron's record.
Short arms is good for a shooter.
All right,
look, he's better than Kyle Singler.
Is it good for a defender?
No, I mean Stan Van Gundy already came out. I got on the Bleacher Report like his defense has to get better, and that's and to your credit, Kyle Singler has bad defense. So
also, yeah. So
Kyle Singler wasn't half the shooter that Luke.
Kyle Singler was shooting off the top of the K building and dropping it in the rack. You can go look at it on
trick
YouTube.
shots is fine and dandy.
Yeah, I'm just saying he can
shoot in the regular game.
No, you can't, but hey, he can shoot.
I would put my money that his percentages on his trick shots were better than his actual 3-point shooting.
I think as far as filling a void, the Pistons made a good move picking him up. I mean, the Pistons 3-point shooting, we were like 28th in the league last year in 3-point shooting, which is shitty as fuck.
Our system is designed for 3
we're
points.
designed. Stan Van Gundy has always been a 3-point shooting coach. To see us that low in the rankings on 3-point shooting is like, what the fuck? So clearly SVG went after that player for a reason. And like Bnice said, he had a whole bunch of red flags on all the other players.
I'm not gonna say he went after that player. I'm gonna say Monk got picked right before that, and I think he was just the best player available.
All right, so who would you guys have wanted the Pistons to pick?
Dennis Smith Jr.
All right.
I'm pretty fine with the pick we got.
Justin Jackson or DJ Wilson.
All right, so what I've heard from Dennis Smith, because I'm not even gonna hold nobody up. Anybody who listen to this, I'm under the impression to believe that if you don't play in the NBA, you suck. So everyone in college sucks to me. So I don't even pay attention to their stats or anything they do. So I would have to know beforehand. I would have to learn from people. Or like this whole draft was me hearing, oh, he's good. Oh, okay, sure. I'm just taking the experts' thoughts on this shit because I don't know half these guys. So I heard Dennis Smith Jr. was like Baron Davis Jr. So
Junior.
So is he good? What was the thing? Because the thing about the Pistons is we need everybody. So it's not just a singular need we need, but we need everyone. Correct? So
explosive athleticism, good decision making, shooting is streaky, but the potential for him to be a good shooter is there.
Yeah, well, he had a 48-inch vertical.
Yeah,
so,
and he tore his ACL in high school. So and this is after. Almost seemed like he came back with more bounce.
All right, so Justin Jackson, he played for North Carolina, right?
He played for North Carolina, yes.
And he was a floater. He was a 6'8" dude, shoots floaters. So he shoots
thin. He had a great 3-point percentage.
Yes.
Lost form of mid-range. He was very skilled at, and also, as you mentioned, he was very skilled at floaters.
So he was good at the long two.
But we had a lot.
Because that's what college 3 is, right? The long two, huh?
Yeah, we got a lot of forwards.
We do got a lot of forwards.
But I think you need guys like that in the NBA.
Almost definitely. He's a talented player, especially on the
height.
offensive end. And to me, that's the most skilled thing you can do on the basketball court is put the ball in the hoop. And he has a plethora of moves that he can go to. But Detroit we destined for trouble. It's just a bad aura, especially in the NBA. It's been this way for quite some time. I can't remember a good pick we actually made because in hindsight, at this point, it looks like Andre Drummond actually wasn't the right move. So,
well, I don't know.
That's a good pick we've made.
That's a very good question.
My personal opinion, I'm rolling with KCP. That's the best pick we made in the last decade. He looks like the most valuable
Pick
player.
wise, yeah.
Yeah.
Pan out wise, no.
Yeah.
I
mean, I guess we're still waiting on it.
He's off the cusp of basically, if he would have went to college for all 4 years, he would only be a second-year player right now. So I feel like he's still very productive given that.
I don't think you can say that now, though, because everybody leaves super
Yeah,
early.
but I'm just saying from the standpoint, it's like, I'm not saying he's the greatest player in the league. I'm not saying he's superstar potential. But as far as somebody at one point in his career, for maybe I say, and this is a thing that I kind of see with former NBA players, some people's prime is short-lived. We see certain people who get up to 20 points a game for 5 years out their career. I can see that for KCP, to be quite honest. Everybody won't have the superstar.
So Luke Kennard, JJ Redick Jr. from what I'm hearing, and Kyle Singler mixed together, so he's the ultimate white guy. So
In a black body?
well, I don't know.
He doesn't have a black
in a
body.
T-Rex body, apparently, because he has short arms. So
Short arms
where's
and limited athleticism.
so did we really like draft a bench player? Because KCP plays two guard. So are we going to do like a double short guard set? Because Stanley Johnson's out of there?
It is a
we wasted
position.
pick?
It is a, not to cut you off, but it is a positionless league that we're playing in right now. So I mean, it wouldn't be too bad.
I think the bottom half of the lottery in the NBA is you essentially are drafting a bench player. That's why people are so easy with trading out of that position. Because honestly, like I said, I think I might have said this on one of the past podcasts, was like, if you draft in the top 5, you put some type of priority on that player. Outside of that, it's kind of like, it's good talent added to the team, but it might not be a starter. It might not pan out that way. I don't think people are always thinking a starter once you get past maybe the top 10 picks.
I don't think he's going to be an impact on this team for like probably the next 2 years.
100% agree with you.
He might come in, knock down some threes and stuff like that, but I don't think he's going to be a major.
He can't check anybody. Athletically, he's not there. And I don't know if he can put the ball on the floor now. That aspect of his game, I saw it on the verge in college, but like Austin said, people in college aren't always that good. Sometimes you play lesser talent on a frequent basis.
Lando made a point that he doesn't think he's going to be to any use within the first couple of years. I mean, but when you look, it's not many players that are like a direct, impact on their team, especially being drafted like outside of the top 10. You know what I'm saying? Like it's one or two players maximum that you see like that. So I don't too much see that being a problem. I mean, as long as we don't get into like KCP years where it's like, okay, bro, it's like your 5th year in the league. I'm a KCP fan. Like, not to knock him or nothing, but it's like
Consistency is an issue with him.
yeah, like we want to see like I give guards like a 2-year max. Like to where it's like, okay, you got to prove your worth, especially if you get picked within like the top 10, top 15. I need to see something promising from you. And, I mean, we do see something promising from
I think from his aspect, though, we've seen it in several situations. With you being a 2-guard, you don't always have the same freedom. Like, as a point guard thrown to the Wolves, you have all the freedom in the world to produce how you want to produce, play how you want to play.
Yeah, suck.
As a 2, yeah, exactly. If you're going to be bad, you're going to be bad. But if you get out there and actually prove yourself, you might have a chance at doing something. When you play 2 guards, you kind of rely on somebody else. And not to throw any of our point guards under the bus, but I do feel like they are more so what's holding his game back. It's a lot of statistics out there who show when he plays with Ish Smith, KCP has better games. He has better shooting performances. There's more consistency there.
Toss him
plays
under
with
the
Reggie
bus.
Jackson.
Toss him under the bus. Say his name. You drop names.
It's not the same way, man.
him.
It is what it is. But
Yeah, well,
that dynamic.
Let me say
doesn't
this.
work
I
right
think
now.
the Pistons are in a time, probably like throughout their history, that this is like the most important turning point of their franchise. They're going downtown. They say they really don't have like a marquee star that's like just like taking over. I think what the Pistons have to do is everybody's gonna have to develop their game. They have to learn how to play team basketball together. That's only how the Pistons would be successful in today's NBA.
I saw
No superstar
KCP
coming.
a pair of shoes. He wears a size 13. So
Did he?
it says a lot about him, right? So
What
and
does it say about him?
it says a lot about his game. So
Why is he shopping at Mr. Allen's? Is the real
Why is he driving drunk down 75?
it's a lot of things. Why is he at the club?
Yeah, okay, yeah.
All right.
When you got into a shoe size, why
So,
this man drinking?
all right,
and
Luke
driving?
Kennard, what player is his floor? Like at his worst, what type? Kyle Singler.
Kyle Singler.
And at his ceiling, what could he be?
At his ceiling, who could he be? I want to say a really good shooter, but not a great shooter. Who's a really good shooter, but not a great shooter?
That's like I don't know.
I would say I'll go old school like Steve Smith. type of dude to play for the Spurs. I'll go that.
No.
I'll go that. Yeah.
Oh, you mean specifically
As a ceiling. As a ceiling.
As
yeah.
a Spurs player, though. That Steve Smith specifically.
Yeah, I'll say.
Okay, because I was going to say Tricky in the 90s is a very dominant player.
Yeah, but I'm saying, like, yeah, that's Steve Smith, that type of player. Can knock down the shot. He can
Yeah. But that's ass, though. That's very terrible. I feel like, did you talk about a 36-year-old? Like, that's not a good comparison for a 22-year-old.
That's a solid player to have on your team. That's a dependable player to have on your team.
I'm thinking ceiling, I would say, like, I appreciate you not mentioning a white player because I do.
Yeah, I didn't want to do that. I was gonna say that. I had a white player on the tip of my tongue, and I
do feel like we were boxing him into that category,
Yeah.
but it's kind of tough, man. You know, because when you put the cap on great shooter, you can't say Kyle Korver or JJ Redick. But it's just like I don't know, man. I try to think of anybody that can shoot threes. He doesn't really fit any of those categories because he can't put the ball on the floor. I don't know if it's anybody out there you really can compare him to. All the three-point shooters, I think of the way the league is going is 3-and-D. Pretty much now everybody who shoots threes can play defense. He can't play defense, so he doesn't fit that category. And then
So he's 4 on 5, and then he's 5 on 5 if he makes the three. If he doesn't, it's 4 on 5 both
now the
ways.
one thing I will say about this kid, from what I've watched, he seems very competitive and very fired up. So
that's all Duke players. Though.
Yeah, but even if he doesn't have the app, no, I won't say that.
That is all Duke. They got a target on him. They all try to
at the college level, they all are feisty.
Yeah.
But if he follows anything close to JJ Redick, I think he will carve out a decent career for himself.
Yeah,
Not
JJ Redick
as a star, but a decent player, a rotational player, somebody who can give something beneficial to the team. And JJ Redick competes on defense. He might not be a good defender, but he competes. And at this point, that's kind of all I can ask for, because I see a lot of players who, like LeBron James and Draymond said, people in NBA who don't know how to play basketball. It's just a real thing.
Us? Yeah. Who's
I'm asking the question. I have no clue. I feel like I would want him to be Klay Thompson, and I would also want him to probably be Steve Kerr.
Right now.
You know what I'm saying? Is it possible?
I think Steve Kerr is that's a good one.
I want him to be the best white player he can be in the NBA.
As Jalen said, he said he wouldn't put the cap of great shooter. Klay Thompson is a top 5 3-point shooter of all time. He, to me, won't reach that.
Hey, look, if anyone listens, if we have like a little follower of listeners, and if you can get Luke Kennard to get on the show with us, I'd easily like to sit down with him and have a conversation with Luke Kennard so we can pick his brain a little bit, see where he likes.
Yeah, Luke.
Luke, we're calling you out right now. So if you hear this, if anybody sends this to Luke Kennard, we're calling you out. We want to see what type of music you like. Did you like First Day Out? We don't know. That's a very important question to know if you come here. So.
Not to be funny, just about his table, I doubt it. By the table,
He's more of an Eminem guy?
I think he's more of a
Chris
say
Rock
white person. Why we keep you about to say?
I mean, not Chris.
Nickelback.
More of a Nickelback?
more of a top 40 type of guy.
No, I'm saying Kid Rock. Is he a Kid Rock guy? Because he got
Kid Rock.
This is our first draft pick in the Little Caesars Arena.
What number does he wear?
I don't know.
12. I think.
Yeah, I think I see it 12, but no,
right.
I doubt it.
All right, so who's gonna be like the impact player in this draft? Is it Lonzo Ball or is it Markelle Fultz?
I'll go through my top 5.
Go through your top 5.
I would say Markelle Fultz definitely is an impact player.
All right, what do you see him doing? Rookie of the year or
I feel like he's gonna score a lot of points.
like how much?
I would
17?
say, to be Rookie of the Year in contention for Rookie of the Year, you really only have to average like 14 or more. So I can guarantee he's gonna average that basically.
Heard it here first. Markelle Fultz, 14.
We look at Lonzo Ball. I think that Lonzo Ball will be average-wise. He'll be close to not a triple-double, but in that conversation.
How much?
We can look at like a 13, 5, and 6.
Like a great value triple-double?
Yeah,
rookie triple-double?
Yeah, like, you know what I'm saying? He 5 and 5 basically, that is like the comparison of a triple-double for rookies. I think that most rookies at the peak average like 25 and 5, like 20 points, 5 boards, and 5 assists. That's a common
I think
thing.
those was Derrick Rose numbers.
Derrick Rose, Tyreek Evans has averaged that. I think Oscar Robertson might
Tyreek Evans only rookie of the year.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So at the peak of what a rookie guard could be, that's kind of like the pinnacle is 5 and 5 assists and boards.
But real stats, how many shoes will he average? How many sales?
Shoes?
How many sales will he go?
Shoes?
I'm going big on Big Baller.
Lonzo, yeah, big ballers. How many will they
I'm going
average?
big on Big Baller brand. I don't know what type of numbers they're gonna do, but I think that this pedigree and this type of confidence is gonna draw people in. Like you can't not talk about LeVar Ball.
You
as
confident?
much as we no. I mean, I wouldn't pay $500 for some Gucci's or Louis Vuitton. So why would I buy
All
this?
right, Lonzo Ball averages 25. You copy? You're a Lakers fan.
I have no Kobe Bryant shoes. Why would I buy his shoes?
You don't know Kobe's?
I have no Kobe's. Why would I buy his shoes?
I got like 5 pairs of Kobe's.
but,
me too.
I'm not
I'm
a basketball player, and I feel like the low tops just. It feels like a basketball shoe to me.
Okay, I understand it.
Moving forward past Lonzo, I would think the next impact player for me. I don't see Jason Tatum seeing the floor in Boston, so I can't give. I think he's a very polished player, but you got like 2 guards and small forwards there. It's not really enough room for him to play. Josh Jackson is a person to watch for Rookie of the Year.
All right.
He's gonna get a lot of touches behind Devin Booker.
Shout out to
TJ
Josh.
Warren is shout out to him. You know, consortium.
And
moved on to
California and then
better things.
Yeah, they said fuck Michigan State.
Yeah, he did. But you know, even with my anger towards Kansas, we're not even gonna talk about that.
All right, cool.
I believe that De'Aaron Fox. Well, I want to say that I believe in him, but Sacramento is such a dismal place. It just breeds anguish. So I can't really put too much value on him right now. Moving past that, I think that the steal of the draft is number 11, Malik Monk, going to Charlotte.
Damn, that's right before us, right?
Yeah.
Oh.
It's unfortunate just seeing Detroit's luck,
We
but
literally stole this right from our hands.
Yeah.
And now we got Luke Kennard. So
Malik Monk is C.J. McCollum-esque with amazing athleticism.
Mm-hmm. That's a good.
I've seen Russell Westbrook athleticism. I won't give it that, but he's an amazing athlete.
amazing athlete.
So he's C.J. McCollum.
He got to get stronger to get
yeah.
rusty.
C.J.
He's
McCollum's game, as far as the smoothness, mid-range, handle, three-point shooting, with 10 times more burst. C.J. is actually a pretty slow player. He plays to his own tune, which is perfectly fine. But Malik Monk is an outstanding athlete. Gonna pop some eyes during the season. And you put him with Kemba and a revitalized three-point shooting Dwight Howard, they might have something in Charlotte, man.
Hopefully he does pop eyes and not
That
knees.
is 4. I think 5 for me is I couldn't give Donovan Mitchell going to Utah. 2 guard from Louisville, who I actually think the Pistons should have drafted because he shot, I think, 39% from 3 and has like a 6'10 wingspan. So I feel like we should have went after him. He's only 6'3", though, with a 6'10 wingspan. That is a great defender, great athlete. Seemed like a better player than.
I want everybody to remember that the 3 is shorter in the college, so it's the long 2.
I mean, but
so it's just like he shot 39%.
With me saying 39%, I must add in that he shot like 23% his freshman year. So that's a big jump from freshman year to sophomore year. Is an improvement.
All right, cool.
So I feel like he should have been our pick as far as athleticism. But that's my top 5.
Well, I'm only gonna do 2. I think Josh is gonna be Rookie of the Year. I think playing at Phoenix with that wide open offense with Devin Booker, he's gonna get a lot of rebounds. He's gonna score a lot of points. And everybody's ripping Phil Jackson this week. I think the young boy from France. I wanted the Pistons to get him. 6'7", been playing professional basketball since he was 14 years old. Only 18. I think he's going to be the best player in this draft.
Well, you like these overseas guys, though. You like Luigi Tommy.
I didn't like Luigi Tommy. I liked his highlights. I did not like Luigi Tommy. He came over here and he played terrible basketball. He couldn't play no defense.
Luigi Tommy looks like what we've been taught is Jesus Christ.
Is he slow?
He's very slow. He couldn't hit a shot. And I seen some highlights of him over in Italy. He looked like Klay Thompson.
First time I seen Luigi Tommy, he missed the wide open shot and shoot around. So.
It's something about these foreign players playing overseas and coming to the Pistons that just fucks us over. Number one thing, Darko Milicic.
I mean,
well, him and the core worked, but like I said, Darko was.
But he was a veteran when he came to the Pistons.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
He's like 45, right?
No, he wasn't. He
was old.
No, he wasn't.
He got drafted to the Pistons.
Yeah, Pistons drafted him second round.
His first team.
Yeah, second round.
Really?
Yeah, we drafted.
I'm talking about championship middle court.
Yes.
Yeah,
he was like 22 or 20. He was young as hell.
Yeah, we drafted him.
Damn, white people age bad, bro.
Yeah, he aged terrible.
He looked bad.
I legit thought he was like 30.
He looked
so
white
old.
though. He like European and that.
They all the same. They age in dog years, dog.
Mimit was super young here. That was the beginning.
Oh wow,
bro, tell me he didn't look about a good 35.
To be honest with you, I think I picked in 02. So he was like 20 in 02.
Damn. He was stressed.
He was probably like 22, 23 when he won the championship.
That's a lot to put on a 20-year-old person to come to America and pay taxes. All right.
Yeah, but I think the guy from France, something about playing against grown men at a young age, and like you said, he got the length, he got the build, he
I'm
looked
high
like
on
a good
Frank Nitti
athletic
as well. Frank Nitti will be something special.
I think those guys got something. I think Ball is gonna be a good player. I think he's gonna draw like a crowd. He's gonna be what LA needs. So I mean, I think he's gonna do good. I mean, I think his shoe is gonna do good. I'll probably buy a shirt, but I won't buy no shoes.
Big Baller Brand apparel is better than the shoes.
Shout out to Big Baller Brand. Shout out to Gildian.
Shout out to the Big Baller Brand for sure.
Yeah,
LeVar Ball is a dickhead, but shout out to what he's doing. Shout out to the brand, bro.
Yeah, that's why I don't think he's a dick. I just think he gets excited about his boys and he's trying to do the best he can.
I feel like he know what he's doing though, right? It's like the no press is bad press. So he just takes all of it and wrap it into a sunlight.
His arrogance is dickhead-ish.
It gets to a point where like I respect your brand, but at a certain point you kind of hurt your brand. No, all press is good press for sure. But you gotta think we're in a very judgmental society at this point, like very like soft, you know, everything you do and say we gonna take that shit serious type society. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, but same time Donald Trump got elected. Damn near the same. He's like LeVar Ball times a million. So
he about to get impeached though, probably.
Yeah, probably so.
That's not good for us because the vice president is 10 times.
Fuck Donald.
It don't matter.
Shout out to Donald Trump.
Drop Q. Fuck Donald Trump by watching.
But I think like with the NBA draft, it's gonna be a while for these guys to I think to find their own though. You know, so I mean, I thought it was a solid draft, top to bottom.
Yeah, solid.
I like
draft.
DJ Wilson's gonna be like my surprise player. I just the way he played in that Big Ten tournament and the way he played in the NCAA.
Oh, yeah, he's going to the Bucks. Big tall guy.
Yeah, team full of length. He gonna sit right
6'10",
now.
7'3" wingspan.
7'3" wingspan. That's crazy.
That's a big fuck. With Giannis, that's a big as fuck team.
Live update: we just got 2 more Michigan people drafted. Shout out to Edmund Sumner and Monty Morris.
Shout out.
That's 2 more Metro
Tweet
Detroit people.
Tweet them. We tell them shout out. Shout out to those guys.
Shout out to y'all, man. Making it out the D.
Congratulations.
That's
You're
not
younger
4
than me.
Metro Detroit people drafted in this one.
You're now younger than me and make more money than me. So shout out.
And we would love to have y'all on the show sometime.
Anytime, actually. Right now. Call us. Get us up.
100%. Now that we're talking about the top 5 and the impact players, I also would like to add in that I feel like Edmund is a sleeper for the draft coming off his injury. He's going to New Orleans as of now. Things could change, but I feel like once he get healthy, he can make an impact there. They might lose Drew Holiday. He's a 6'6" point guard, crazy athleticism. It's no telling if he might not be starting within the next couple of years. So,
hey, I got a funny story about Edmund Sumner actually. I played in an AAU league one summer, and I played against Edmund Sumner actually in that summer. And it was like 3 minutes left in the game, and Ed was bringing the ball up the court. And the crowd, they get to counting down like as if the quarter is about to end. Now, you would think that Ed would know. It's 3 minutes left in the game. No. Ed thinks it's 10 seconds left in the game because the crowd is counting down 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Edmund Sumner takes the wildest shot I've ever seen in my life as if they were down by 3 points and he needed to shoot a 3. He took that shot and his coach immediately snatched him out of the game. That's just my Edmund Sumner story. I just had to tell y'all that I played Edmund Sumner. So
shout out to Edmund Sumner, man. He's taking the wrong shots.
Y'all down there sitting with a NBA competition.
Oh yeah.
Competition.
Jeez, that's like the know a guy that knows a guy. He's a guy we know a guy that know Edmund Sumner he's in the NBA, so he might know LeBron James. So we know a guy that knows LeBron James.
I do know a guy that knows LeBron James. Shout out to K Felder.
Shout out to K Felder.
Shout out to K Felder too.
He knows LeBron James. He lost the ring. He almost got there. He was in the suit most of the time, but
he was. It was some nice suits though.
It was some nice suits. Because I heard he has bad tattoos. So
oh man,
shout out to bad tattoos. So all right, trade rumors. Everyone, this is like the perfect time of the year because the playoffs suck, but the finals was good, and then like the rest of June is like trade rumors. So Paul George doesn't want to be where he's at anymore. Kristaps Porzingis isn't happy where he's at anymore. LaMarcus Aldridge wants to go. Chris Paul might sign somewhere. It's a lot of, Jimmy Butler just got traded today to Timberwolves. Shout out to Jimmy Butler. I feel like it's going to be a pretty good move for him. Shaking my head at Zach LaVine because I don't think that's going to be as good for him. So what do y'all think is about to happen? Like the league's shaking up right before our eyes. The Warriors kind of fucked everything up. So what's going on?
The last 2 days, the NBA has looked like a visual representation of Burlington Coat Factory.
Oh yeah,
it's been a
just shit all over the place.
Everything is
draws
crazy.
in the coat section, Timberland boots in the sneaker section. But weirdly enough, in Burlington Coat Factory, the candy bars are always the same. Like they don't get shuffled around like everything else in Burlington Coat. So what do y'all think? Like what's going on in the league? What y'all thinking? What do you think the Pistons gonna make a move?
I really want the Pistons to make a move. Sam Van Gundy said like he's working day and night. He's working day and night with I can't remember the guy's name. Who's basically making all the calls, making all these offers. He's just saying like people aren't biting. Like I don't too much blame them because I mean
we're
ass. We missed the playoffs with a team that should have made the playoffs. So I don't know.
And then that ended up making us get Luke Kennard because we probably should have just lost a couple of them games.
Yeah.
We got a better player.
Most definitely should have tanked. But
it is what it is.
I don't know. Making the playoffs, I don't know.
We made the playoffs the year before with the worst team.
True. Where's East too?
Yeah, I mean, I thought we was gonna make the playoffs. Stanley Johnson, that Heat game, he just played like some of the worst basketball on the scene. But hey, we move on from that. But I think Cavaliers are gonna stay packed. I don't think they're gonna be able to move anybody to get Paul George. I think Paul George is gonna end up with the Clippers.
For a summer and then go to the Lakers?
And then going to the Lakers, yes.
So he's gonna get his LA trip out early.
Yeah.
I seen he had moving vans at his crib. That's what did everybody see that? Moving vans at Paul George's house.
He's gone. Like that's not even pretty much a rumor in my eyes. He's gone. Like he
blatantly told the Patriots
like,
he's not being there.
Even before, like during the playoffs, he was saying like bashing his teammates and shit. Like that's like a player's translation of like chucking the deuces right while in the press conference. Like I'm out of here.
I feel like it's easy to get frustrated when you've been to I don't want to say the top of the mountaintop because he never got to the finals, but being in the Eastern Conference Finals, having battles with the Heat and LeBron, and to see your team dwindle before your eyes, it's kind of tough to do that and have the same faith in them. Because, if that was the best you guys were going to be, it's hard for me to see you getting any better. Like, having that type of faith in your GM and your team. They keep making bad decisions, giving out bad contracts. At that point, you kind of just get flustered. And it's like, I need to start over, need to go somewhere else.
So who's going where? Because in my mind, I'm thinking the same. Well, I don't know about the Clippers. I'm thinking Paul George is going to go somewhere. He might get rented out for a year. Maybe get traded by February, to a team that's ass. Hopefully he ends up going to like the Pelicans or something. Because they have to also sign and trade Anthony Davis in a minute. So I think they're going to, Paul George, just to focus on this year, Paul George probably going to end up going, I know he's not going to the Pistons because he beat them in the commercial. So that's already X'd out. Maybe the Rockets, just try it out for a year, say, fuck it, go to Lakers. If not, I think
would be Portland. They have a lot of assets.
Portland's gonna make a big move this year.
Well, and that's also another thing because also LaMarcus Aldridge doesn't want to be a Spur anymore, and the Spurs don't really want him to be a LaMarcus Aldridge anymore. They kind of want to ship him back to Portland, so I think he might end up going back to Portland. Also, maybe they all get together, like have fun, beat the Warriors, maybe try something out, and then I also think Chris Paul might go to San Antonio. That's just what I'm thinking. These are like ideas I'm thinking are the right move. Maybe him and Blake both go. If they get rid of LaMarcus Aldridge, they'd be able to sign both of them. So I think Blake and Chris Paul might be, Spurs, and that, that'd be kind of fucking cool. I don't know. I feel like it'd be pretty, sweet. Then Gordon Hayward, of course, goes to the Celtics where he'll fit in.
I think faith in Blake Griffin.
In terms of like,
why? Cause his toe?
No,
he got like 9 injuries in his career. He always injured.
He can't stay healthy, and he getting to the point where he doesn't realize what his dominance is. All reports I hear, he wants to be a 3-point shooter. Like why do that to yourself? Is it because you keep getting hurt, or
you see Steph Curry? He's also a fan of the league, so he probably
but you gotta stick to your strengths.
Yeah, dunking on people.
Exactly.
I haven't seen Blake Griffin dunk on anyone,
and that's why the Clippers have been worse.
So he probably got bionic legs at this point.
That's also DeAndre Jordan might go somewhere, right? So that's also another guy who might. That seemed to hurt the Pistons try to trade him for Drummond.
I would say that the Clippers are going to be terrible next year.
I mean, they were terrible. They kind of been terrible for me.
They haven't been terrible. I mean, they playoff wise they've been terrible. You play in the West. I mean, you're not gonna really make too much noise being the Clippers in the West. You know what I'm saying? But I think we're gonna see a lot worse of a Clippers team. Like I would probably say maybe like just over 40 wins next year.
They literally have just been running a business. They've been trying to keep some somewhat exciting talent in town just to keep their team afloat, but they knew they had no chance for real.
Well, I feel like once the Lakers get big, it's just like gonna be over for them. That's fucked up, right?
Yeah.
Like the Lakers gonna get back big, and it's just gonna be like that other team. That's why I feel like they had to move. It's kind of unfortunate that they got that new stadium they're building in Inglewood and shit. I feel like they should just went to Seattle, packed it up, took it somewhere else. Because once the Lakers get good, this Lonzo Ball thing, I hope it's gonna be like a big deal. So I might cop some big baller brands, no lie. And I feel like that, if he gets big like that, and then the Lakers get big again, which is also gonna be good for basketball, it's gonna be real bad for the Clippers and Jerry West for taking that job. Should have went somewhere else.
But, I think it's. LA a basketball town. Seattle. If they ain't winning, they're not going. Yeah. So it's just that type of this. LA people will still go because it's just Hollywood. They just go.
People just want to be on front floor seats and shit like that.
People will go to that, but I don't see no other team having. I don't think the Lakers are going to trade for him if he's saying he's going to be there and he want to come there next year. I don't think Houston just want him for 1 year. I don't think them teams would just want him for 1 year. They're going to want him to sign a deal. So I know the Clippers will just take him for 1 year. because their window of opportunity is closing.
But you know, some people like to. They think they can get you. Once they wrap you in, they start whining and dining you, bro. It's almost like being in the friend zone. You're in the friend zone for a minute with Paul George. Next thing you know, you get him a bouquet of roses, Valentine's Day. You tell him how you really feel, and then you get your heart broken when he goes with the better girl. So,
well, how do you feel about the Chauncey Billups in Cleveland situation? Because they let David Griffin go, and I don't believe LeBron knew nothing about that.
Of course not. He didn't know anything about that. I feel like, it's to the point now where Dan Gilbert's like, all right, so we've won our championship. Fuck LeBron James, and I still hate you, and LeBron still hates him too. So we probably don't like each other. And Dan Gilbert loves Detroit. He loves Detroit guys. He probably has the 04 Pistons pictures in his house because I don't know. He just loves Detroit more than Cleveland. Yeah. So he probably is real happy about it. I don't know about Chauncey though. Because Chauncey, he dropped out the Big 3 tournament, right? He's not hooping anymore?
Ice Cube made that announcement that he won't be a part of it.
Oh, see, so then he's taking the job more likely. Yeah. And I don't know. I mean, Dan Gilbert doesn't really hire, keep dudes around for more than their contract.
I think, you said, he has respect for him. And then, side note, Tyronn Lue is Chauncey's best friend.
Yeah, that's his best friend. And Chauncey knows everybody in the league. He knows popcorn guys and stuff like that.
So you think Chauncey he'd be a good GM for him?
Yeah, I think he got the connections to be a good GM for him.
All right, man. I like some of his texts on ESPN. I don't know if I can't Chauncey. Shout out to Chauncey, but I can't say they're all good.
He's not gonna be a Matt Miller.
In the coop, I'm feeling like I'm money, Mitch. Trying to get a sunny bag. 14 in the duffel bag. Man, I got a duff your ass. Got a little Rico with me. Look, little Puerto Rican nigga. For 14, leave you stinking, nigga. What the fuck you thinking, nigga?
I want to touch on something that I've seen on the internet. 2 different videos. One video, and they both have something to do with kids fighting their parents. It's crazy. I saw one little kid. I'm not sure if you guys saw it. It was in a restaurant.
Oh, the Crip? He was a Crip, right?
Yes. Yeah, gangbanging and shit. All right. So look, the kid is. If you haven't seen the video, we're gonna drop the video and along with this podcast, so everybody can see it if you haven't seen it by now. But the one kid is beating the shit out of his mom, grandmother, whatever it is. He's slapping her, throwing up gang signs. The little boy had to be either 4 or 5 years old, calling his sister a bitch, calling his grandma a bitch, and I'm just like, wow. Another video. The little girl is outside of the car, squaring up with her mom. She had to be 12 or 11. Y'all, did anybody see that video?
I ain't seen that.
I'm gonna show you guys. I'm gonna show you guys that video too. The little girl is literally fist balled up like she's about to punch her mom. Her mom ends up beating her ass on camera. So, my question to you guys is: do you guys think that these laws protecting children are making parents soft, or how do you feel about that mom beating her ass? Be Nice, you said you saw the video. I'm gonna pull up the video while Be Nice is talking. I'm show you guys so you can have a take on what I'm saying, but. Do you think beating your kid's ass on camera, is that going too far? Is it humiliating your kids like that? What do you feel? How do you guys feel?
All right, so Orlando once told our father, rest in peace, shout out to Orlando Williams, the first one. Orlando once wanted $1,000 to go school shopping. So tell him what happened, Orlando.
Oh yeah, got told $1,000. Father balled up his fist, got real mad, cussed me out, and I walked out the house with no shoes on.
And so sometimes, in situations like that, parents just need to kind of just get away from the kid. You just gotta get the motherfucker away. But it's also a respect value that's always not been put together, right? There's no. Orlando talked back all the time, but it's it was also a respect thing. He knew to get the fuck out the house when the going got tough. Even when I argue with my mama, I would have to leave the house. I wouldn't just sit there and ball my fist and try to fight her, one on one. That's kind of I feel like a lot of people just don't have valuable respect for their parents.
I think it starts in the house though. If you're a parent, you can't try to be a friend with your child. You got to be a parent, and it got to be that borderline respect. Anytime you got a 4-year-old that's cussing and saying stuff like that, he got that from his parents. I mean, that's what he got. They accept, and no fathers are around. Cause I heard you say that I didn't hear not one father around. Nope. That's another problem.
Yeah,
in our communities is not enough fathers in the household to take care of their children.
Shout out to father.
Which leads me to my next question. I feel like it's a time as a parent, you gotta let your kids know. I ain't to be fucked with. And after that day, you knew your dad was not to be fucked with, right?
I knew it before then, you know, and I was like trying to be like a funny. I was being a smart ass because we always went back and forth. But yeah, once he got mad, it's like you know nothing.
You know, yeah. I ain't one to fuck. So you had that established.
Yeah.
Us, you have a story similar to like what he said, like a time where it was just like, all right, you know what? I'm not gonna call my parents a bitch. I'm not gonna slap my mom and slap my sister because I know my parents is not to be fucked with.
I don't think I got a story like that. I think another time, I really, all right, so that's the joy of like having a big brother is like you see what he does and it's like, oh yeah, he's not to be fucked with. So one time we came home. Me and my mom came home and like Lando, the thing was we were like all working out the P90X and like Lando, she wanted Lando to take like an ACT class and he just wouldn't go to it. So like they got into a big argument and my mama said Lando think he taking this P90X, he think he can whoop all our ass. I'm gonna show him something. And that's when I learned like, all right, even though we're all taking P90X lessons and we're all going hard, like she's still trying to beat Lando's ass. And I don't know if anyone shout to Lando, he's right next to me, but he's big as fuck. And like my mama still was like not trying to be scared of him. So I kind of learned right then, like, all right, so she doesn't give a fuck about her life or anybody else and stand in her way. She gonna get the respect that she deserves.
Yeah, and definitely with Tony Williams, like at a young age, I remember I was acting up in class. This was 3rd grade. You probably don't remember. I was acting up in class and like the teacher like, okay, you know, I got something for you. You know, we all in class laughing and joking. And so she called my mom, and so she played it all cool when I got in the car. I didn't know nothing until we walked in the house on Foley. And I got my arm raised up in the air, and I got a belt just tagging me, and I'm jumping around and moving. Had like whips and stuff on me, so yeah. With like Tony Williams, she don't back down from nothing.
You knew not to be fucked with. That is the thin line in between your son cussing you out and your daughter squaring up with you in these restaurants. They're not afraid of their parents.
Right.
They don't have any respect. And like you said, no father's involved. Be nice. Do you have a story where you knew?
I feel like my dad never really whooped me. It's a story that I was told. I don't quite remember. I think I was 3 years old, and I put my arm down in like a space heater, and he slapped me so hard that my eyes rolled to the back of my head, and I was like blind temporarily for like 5 to 10 minutes, and it scared him so much that he just decided he would never put his hands on me ever again. Now I've got like punched in the chest by my father, which was more like a manly thing, but he never really whooped me. And I think that the fact that he was willing to punch me kind of made me realize, all right, he's serious. And my father's a very stern person. He's not the biggest guy, but he's very stern. When he talks to you, you can tell that there's some seriousness behind the statement.
Strike that fear in.
Yeah. With my mom, to the point where literally, like, if I was getting in trouble, all my grandmother and mother had to say was, then we're going to call your father. And it made me straighten up because I didn't want that to get to that point. Right. With my mother, it was like, anybody who knows my mom, she's very joking and she's nice. Most of my friends have good relationships with her. My mother's very crazy.
Shout out to Mama Nice.
Mama Nice she's a loving, you know, she's an extended mother to most of my friends. She's very crazy. And I remember specifically one time that...
Shout out to Sam too.
Yeah, Sam is my dog. But she threw me into our kitchen doorway. She threw me into it and I slammed and it kind of like busted the side of the door. And then the second time was, I don't recall what I said to her. I don't think I cussed at her or anything. Cussing is, you know, backstory, cussing is not bad in my household, so I've been cussing my whole life. But it was never like towards my parents. It just would be in conversation, or they really got a kick out of me cussing if I was telling a story. Like they thought it was funny for a little kid to cuss for whatever reason. I don't know why. But my mother, I said something to her like around report card day and she threw a hard style Diane brush at the back of my head and it left like a little cut and I was bleeding and I immediately called my father and he was like so angry about it, like he cussed my mom out because at that point he realized that was just too far. Like it wasn't like a soft throw, it was full speed.
So was it like the first thing she grabbed? Like it could have been a hammer.
It was like a panic, like she was smacking for stuff and whatever she got her hands on.
You probably said the stupidest shit because that was the same thing. Like in my mind, if I said like the stupidest shit, she could have like heard. Like, all right, one time, this is what I learned my mom was not to be fucked with. One time,
Bathtub. Tell them the bathtub story, bro. You told me the bathtub story in the...
Oh, no, hold on, wait. This story kind of funnier. All right, so look. It was one of them days in the summertime where, like, it was real hot as fuck. Like, almost now. And like, you know how when you in the summertime it's hot as fuck and you're in the car makes everything hotter. I had a penny, right? And I left it like on the seat. And the penny was hot as fuck. Like the penny was super hot. So my mom, the penny was already like underneath my mom when she sat down in the car. She sat down, she's like, this penny hot as shit. And I'm like laughing at it. Like I thought it was funny as hell. So she went to the store to grab something and she moved the penny somewhere else. So like I took the penny and like I moved it back under, like just to be an asshole, you know what I'm saying? And she sat down, she seen the penny, and she's like, oh, so you did this? And like, she just smacked me right in my face. And I just sat in the back of the seat, dog, like, just, yeah, like with that, I can't cry, but like, I really want to cry, like, fuck, dog, I can't believe it. And after that, I'm just like, all right, so like, playing with my mom is no. Like, we're not friends, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is shit I do to my friends. I'm not just going to put a hot-ass penny under my mama again. Granted, I wanted to see her say again, so that was funny as shit.
But I think another thing is that we got a lot of parents that are super young now. That are super young, so they don't know how to be parents, and that's the thing. That's the thing. What happened? Like it's you got to learn how to be a parent before you become a parent. It's sad that a lot of women or a lot of guys are having kids at a young age. They're not even mature enough.
Shout out to condoms. Shout out to birth control.
Shout out to birth control. Shout out to young parents.
And then they're not mature enough to be parents. So
get together, guys. Lando's he's looking down on you guys. Get together.
It's just like even if you have it, and nothing wrong with having a child at a young age, but you have to be ready for it. You got to be mature enough. You got to know that I got to set an example. And a lot of these parents, they're just not doing that. They're too young. They're kids themselves. You know?
That's real talk. Like if I was to have a kid right now, like I would only know that Lando would have to take care of it because and like even if he had a kid right now, I don't even know if he had the means. Like he has the means, but it'd be like tough.
It'd be tough, man, because it costs a lot of money to have people watch it. Babysitting is a lot of money.
Yeah, man. If I had a kid, Lando have to take care of it too, man.
Yeah.
Lando just take care of all of our kids.
Yeah,
right?
Really.
Lando not take.
So let's all have a kid and then let's have Lando take care of him.
Yeah.
So
actually, let's rephrase that.
Yeah, young parents.
Not shout out to condoms and not shout out to birth control. Shout out to Lando.
Yeah, shout out to Lando. Shout out to everyone, young parents. If you have a kid, Lando will take care of him. So we already have that covered.
Hey, I love the kids.
Okay, I want to share my story.
Okay.
So I was in, I think it was H&M. We were in Florida. It was a sweet ass H&M. I wanted my mom to buy me something. I don't remember what it was that I wanted her to buy me, but she wouldn't buy it. So I go in the dressing room and try it on, and I'm like, oh, I really like this, like trying to get her to buy it. Like, Ma, you know what I'm saying? Trying to butter her up, you know what I'm saying? So I go in the dressing room. It was this type of dressing room where when you close the door, it's a see-through door. But when you close the door, it like fogs up, so you can't see through. Does that make any sense? Like, you can't see through it once you close it.
Yeah, so you don't see naked people.
Right. So
even though you want to.
My dumb ass, my mom tells me one last final no, and this is the no I knew she wasn't gonna buy it. So as I'm closing the door, before I close it and lock it, no, it was before I locked it because the fog only comes on when you lock the door. So before I lock the door, I stick up the middle finger and I mouth. I don't say fuck you, but I stick up the middle finger and I mouth fuck you. And my mom, she said, Jalen, did you just stick up the middle finger to me? And I know she saw the shock on my face when I knew that she could see me through that fog because I did not know that she could see me.
Shout out to fog doors because Jalen should have got his ass whooped because of that.
I should have got my ass whooped for doing that. But so this isn't the part where I knew my mom was crazy and she wasn't to be fucked with. I locked the door when she said that. The fog came on. So my mom comes up under the door and comes into there with me and starts beating my ass. And I try to stand there and not cry. Like you said, with the I eat ass face, try not to cry. My mom literally says to me, oh, you think because you in this store, you not go cry. And I swear, in her right hand, she got the strength of God and whacked me one more time. And the tears just got to flowing, man. So at that point, I knew I was never going to be that kid in the restaurant calling my mom a B word. Shout out to Mama Gans too.
Yeah.
Shout out to Mama Gans.
Shout out to Mama Tony too.
Yeah, T-Dub, shout out.
I would never.
Shout out to Hot Pennies.
That's my point there. Don't spare the rod. Okay, I'm gonna get biblical. It's like, no, really though. My first point was like these laws are making parents soft and everything, but like, you gotta show them I'm not to be fucked with, or they're gonna be that kid doing that, or they're gonna be that kid doing that. You know what I'm saying?
It doesn't even have to be like a strong hit. Like it really just has to be like almost a conversation, a serious conversation with like mutual understanding. Like, hey, I'm the adult in this situation. You are the little ass motherfucker that's bad as shit, and you don't do what you want to do. I do what I want to do when you're not around. So that's the conversation that needs to be held. you're a little kid and I'm not.
Exactly, and I'm glad you brought that point up too, because even though I was beat, I think I'm not gonna beat my kids. I don't think I'm gonna, because it teach our generation, especially like our parents, they were beat, so they're gonna beat us, you know, type of thing. All our parents are black, yeah. It's generation, but we can be the generation to stop it. You know what I'm saying? Like them beating you. Of course, I knew like I wasn't gonna do that like anymore. I was never gonna stick up the middle finger at anybody, because in the back of my mind, I don't want to get my ass whooped in the store type thing, right? But in the same way that she beat my ass to that store, I could have simply had a conversation telling you why what you did was wrong, even though I knew what I was doing was wrong. But you know what I'm saying? The difference that us as black parents make, and not even as black parents, I don't want to single out black parents, but parents who beat their kids, you're just teaching them, like, if you do something bad, violence is the answer. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can explain to them why you did was bad. And a lot of the time we look down on like other races and things like that, like white people in particular. They let their kids stomp all over them. They'll just be like, "Hey Johnny, don't do that," and then they put them in timeout and tell them what it was wrong. But it's not that bad of a thing to do. You explain to them why what they're doing is wrong, and not only are they being intellectual, but you're not being violent towards your child.
I think you gotta do both. I think you gotta do both.
I like capital punishment.
I think you gotta do,
because I feel like, you know, it starts with a talking to, but like sometimes if it spirals out of control, now they're in jail, and it's like, well, the police don't talk to you like I would. So sometimes you gotta do both. A mixture of both. It's almost like a toothache.
Now you don't gotta beat their ass like the death or nothing.
Yeah, nah.
You definitely gotta.
Don't overdo it. Hey, don't overdo it. But like if you
shout out to not being a shut.
Yeah, shout out to shaking my head at Adrian Peterson. You beat the fuck out of your kid. That wasn't cool.
Diane brushes.
Shout out to Diane brushes.
Shout out to Diane.
Yeah,
because it could have been a hammer.
It could have been a hammer, or she could have just, I don't know, could have just smacked you.
Hey, shout out to black moms too, just grabbing anything and throwing stuff.
Yeah.
That's funny as fuck.
Because I know it happens to everybody. Like, it's just one of those things. I remember my sister got a bowl thrown at her. Just so it was like one of those things where the first thing she was so mad, and I think I kind of fucked up because I was like, "Ma, take it easy." She's like, "I am taking it easy." It's one of those situations like you kind of egg it on. So yeah, she threw the ball at her. But shout out to balls. And then yeah, capital punishment's all right though. It's cool with me. Like, you gotta do both, kinda despairingly, you know. Like, the conversation is to be had, but you know, you probably, you know, truthfully, if you would have not got your ass beat for that, you'd have been like, "Oh, I'm scared. She's probably gonna beat my ass," but like, you know, you were gonna get
to show me.
Yeah, I have to show you, like, "Hey, I'm not for this game. You do that again." She might have did it again another time. I keep playing with it.
It's gotta be balanced. I feel like it's specifics with those two videos though. Like with the girl, it's a previous video where she actually was just in a fight, getting snatched by, like, you know, which was uncomfortable to watch because she was a 12-year-old, two 12-year-old girls fighting, but she was really catching the hand.
She had her ass beat?
Yes. So that's why I feel like that specific video, the aspect where people saw her angry, she was angry because she just got her ass beat. And her mama was also, like her mother was also upset because she told her not to go down there in the first place.
So she told her, "Don't get your ass beat."
Yeah, her mama watched her get her ass beat.
So mama said, "You go down there, you gonna get your ass beat."
Two different times. I don't think it was as much disrespectful. She just got her ass beat.
Let me say this too, man, because I'm a victim of it too. Like watching World Star, seeing all that dumb stuff. We gotta stop with this fighting.
First we gotta stop with the cameras.
No, don't humiliate your kids. That was one of my points too. Well, that's taking it too far.
Because when you think about the thing that happened in Greektown, I'm glad they did record it because people got what they got. You know, them guys got sent to jail and stuff. But guys, he got brain trauma. He got stumped at Greektown.
Oh yeah.
And the dude he looked like he was about to snitch on everybody. He looked like, so I'm the only one that got drug charges
and stuff like that. Yeah, so. But I think us men got to do a better job of breaking up these fights. A lot of fights I see, men are just standing around watching people fight. Like, up the fight.
Yeah, like, it's funny, like, for a minute, and then sometimes it get out of hand. It's like, all right, man.
I also have read several stories of people getting shot for trying to jump in. So that's just, you got to be cautious, but you got to also take your chances.
I feel like
I've never been a fan of fights. Like, no, I don't lie. If it comes up on my timeline, I'll click it and be like, "Damn, he's got a shit blowing."
I used to be a big fan of it.
That's fucked up at the same
time. I
used to be a big fan of it.
Amazing.
But at the same time, if I'm in a situation with a fight, like I'm trying to break it up. And that's actually why I got this scar right here, because I tried to break up that fight. Yeah, when I sent y'all that, and a lot of people that follow me on Instagram and Twitter, I posted that to my. No, I didn't post to Instagram and Twitter. I posted to my Snapchat. Shout out to my Snapchat if YUNGGANS, follow me there too.
Yes.
But if you saw that on my Snapchat when I was in Toronto and I got knocked over the head with a bottle, I was trying to break up a fight. I don't like seeing fights. And you like you said, crossfire. Yeah, you do get
Well,
crossfire.
all right, so I feel like fights are cool. I really fuck with fights. I just feel like sometimes they get out of hand. Girl fights more than guy fights. Yeah. Because girl fights, they get the grabbing hair and slinging and like.
Then it gets unfair.
Yeah, and it's like, all right, once the hair gets grabbed, somebody has to kind of step in. Like, I'm a big advocate for sometimes you gotta settle out with the dukes. Sometimes the dukes are the only answer, you know. And respectable fights where someone loses, and it's like, hey, good L, you know, you take L. But nowadays, some people get their fight and they try to shoot them, and
that's the thing. It's getting out of hand now. Like people getting stabbed. It's not like how it used to be.
Yeah, I like the good old
yourself, man.
I like the good old fights.
Defend yourself. Don't go like.
Yeah, man.
You need to be able to control your anger. Like that's part of being a man. Like you need to be able to like not fight and not think you a whole ass nigga at the same time. You need to know who you are. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, dog. Or you know, be like Craig and you know, fight your
Fight
opponents.
like a man. Defend your. Craig was defending himself from Debo.
Yeah, he picked up he told him to put down the gun. He picked up a brick. So fight, we get a brick.
You get a brick, not a gun.
Yeah.
Shout out to bricks.
Shout out to bricks.
You can survive bricks. Your chance of surviving gunshots
Yeah, very, very slow.
very less likely.
Shout out to Friday too.
Shout out to Friday.
And fight like a man.
Shout out to Ice Cube.
And another Friday is supposedly on the way, so you know if that can come through, that'll be a blessing as long as it's done right.
All right.
Yeah,
I do think though that the second video also, I can't blame that old lady for not whooping him because when you see gang culture, I think that's a direct implication of like whoever his father.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's not on her at all, you know, because at that point when you got a kid that's throwing up C's, he's producing it and putting out an image of him being a Crip. That's either like his older brother or older cousin or possibly father.
he learned that from school.
Yeah, so that older lady, she has no control over that. She just so happened to be his caregiver at that time, and it's like at that point, me whooping you is not gonna do nothing. Like you're almost too far gone. Somebody else got to change this. Like I can't do nothing about it.
And it's like also like even like a secondary person. Like if I was to see some shit like that, I still couldn't just walk up like, hey young man, cut that out. That's your grandmother. Like
still gonna think it's okay.
Yeah, like he's not gonna give a fuck. He's like, yeah, it's like damn. Then I just got embarrassed by a young man.
And now you on YouTube and world start getting spit on.
But
I'm fighting.
Yeah, like that. But like, what about in public or like with a camera setting? Like, is it okay to beat your kid's ass? Like, do you think it's okay to do that in public?
In public?
Yeah, or is that a conversation?
If that was my son and I walked in and he getting whooped, and I'm
take him to the car.
I'm so anti. I'm just saying, like as far as the video recording, I wouldn't want anybody to record that. Like I seen a dude who was angry about people cutting their kids' hair off, and he made like a prank about like he was about to cut his son's hair off, and he stopped it. I feel like I'm totally against all that. Like if you're gonna embarrass your kids, that's
humiliating. You know what I'm saying? They get bullied in school. You know what I'm saying?
He had dreads, but he was gonna cut his hair off, and he was just playing. Like it was something to do, really cut their hair off, and it's like making your kids stand on the side of the road. That's not cool.
That's not cool.
Like I failed class.
At the end of the day, I still love you. Like you know what I'm saying? I still love you. Still my kid. I would never have you out there like that. You know what I'm saying? That's humiliating.
Yeah, it's terrible.
And then your kids get bullied in school, and then you look like a dickhead because
I don't think it builds any type of like mental toughness. It's just not a good thing. I don't see any positive.
Then they hate you. Then your kids are gonna hate you because you humiliated them like that.
Because you fucked his hairline up, man. His shit now for generations. His hairline.
I can tell you right now, if my father were to ever fuck my hairline up, that'd be the end of our relationship.
You would hate him exactly.
Yeah.
So,
hey, shout out to hairlines.
Shout out to hairlines.
Shout out to hairlines.
Low Puerto Rican nigga. For 14 leaves stinking nigga. What the fuck you thinking, nigga?
Where the fuck was Ace at? Worrying about a face patch. My idol got a face tat, and I just like to braid dance.
So this past weekend, I saw the Tupac movie, All Eyez On Me.
Shout out to Tupac.
Shout out to Tupac.
Shout out to Billy Banks, right? Is that his name?
Billy
Boom.
Benny Boom. I don't know who that is.
Benny.
That's the director.
Shout out to the director.
Shout out. Okay.
And LT Hutton.
Yeah. LT Hutton. I saw the movie with my girl. I thought it was a pretty good movie. I mean, a lot of people was real critical of it. They were like fact checking this and that, and Jada Pinkett was fact checking this and that. I think a lot of that is like hurt in their heart. Like they want Tupac to still be here, so they like, nah, that didn't happen. Like they know Tupac isn't here to tell the story himself, so they take it real personal when they see something that's not, you know, all the way there, but. It's a movie. It's not going to be all the way fact checked and that, this and that. It still has to be a movie at the end of the day.
How long was it?
2 hours and 20 minutes, I believe.
Oh, he lived 25 years, right? So it's hard to cover 25 years of living.
Exactly. So, and going back to my original point, it wasn't that bad of a movie. It was parts in there that could have been left out, like in the beginning maybe, but in the parts where he was like recording when he just got out of jail, man, damn, you thought you was in a Tupac movie, like I mean a Tupac concert, like. It was rocking. Like the sound systems that whoever produced that movie, they had all the engineering down pat. Like you thought you was in a Tupac concert.
So when he put it on SoundCloud. After that scene, right? That's when he put it on SoundCloud after that scene?
Well, all of that stuff was jokes. We're going to come out and say there was no iPhone 7.
No iPhone 7s? What about the Uber? Did he get into Uber? Oh, alright, cool.
SoundCloud.
To be quite honest, I thought that there would have been some type of crazy mishap where I saw like where that joke came from. That shit was honestly crazy to me to see that type of buzz happening on Twitter with no implication, truthfully. Like there was nothing there that looked that out of place where people just ran with that. I don't know where that started, but to be quite honest, it's actually fucked up because it might fuck the business up with the
for sure.
movie.
No,
it's
opened up 27 million.
I mean, I'm just saying down the stretch, it's a lot of people like you guys haven't seen it. So it's people who really took that serious. Like, it's an iPhone in there. I'm not going to go.
The only reason I haven't seen it is because I don't have the time.
Yeah, well, perfectly fine.
I'm going to go to the movies all next weekend.
And shout out to AMC Star Southfield. I went to go see that bitch for $4 at noon.
Yeah, shout out to Star Southfield. Even though terrible seats, awesome prices.
Yeah,
$4 like
a lot of flies.
I feel like I think that should be the new tagline for AMC Southfield. Terrible seats, awesome prices.
Awesome prices.
100%.
Yeah.
So we might down there need to trademark that.
Yeah,
so
if you want, we're sending it to you guys. You guys get back at it. So,
well, let me finish. The AMC Star Southfield, I went there and like when I say I felt like I was in a concert, it had something to do with the AMC Star Southfield. So shout out to them. Go see it there. If you go see it anybody, because you feel like you was in there with damn near all your cousins. Like I seen people with Tupac shirts on. Damn near people was dressed up like Tupac with bandanas on. Shit.
To be honest, that's how I rate my movies. Now, granted, I think when I rate a movie, AMC Star Southfield is on the bottom of my list. Just because you go see it, you go support the movie. It's before Fire Stick. It goes Fire Stick, AMC Southfield, and then like Imagine, or Imagine, and then AMC John R. because you got the comfortable seats. So if I really think it's a good movie, go sit in the comfortable seats.
The sleeper is Riviera Cinema.
Oh, that doesn't even go on the list because that's only my theater. So
hey, real shit.
That's the best.
The sleeper.
Shout out to Riviera on Glen
Don't
River.
tell nobody where that bitch is because I wanted to stay asleep.
All right, so shout out to
you. You know.
Yeah, you know you are. Shout out.
Know what it is.
Lando put me hip. Shout out to Lando again. This nigga, he gets the most shout outs for today. So yeah, I rank my movies like that. But also, you said you saw it there, and that's also pretty good. So said people was like a lot of people.
It was like a concert, like certain parts. You know what I'm saying? It was
was niggas shouting in it.
People.
I didn't get that aspect where I saw it. I saw it in like Lincoln Park, predominantly white.
You gotta go see it with your cousins.
Southgate.
I actually, Southgate was. I went to see it with one of my boys, and
Man, that's just blow when he saw the movie. Let the record show. So you
I enjoyed the movie.
You might have a blurry vision of it.
No, most definitely. I feel like Gans said, and like you said, 2 hours and 20 minutes to showcase 25 years in somebody's life. Granted, that's a very short time as far as lives go. It's still a long time. I feel like with me being the Tupac fan that I am, Tupac is actually my favorite rap artist and pretty much my favorite artist of all time. And I felt like when I think of the 10 major Tupac events in his life, they were all shown in the movie. There were certain aspects where the only thing I can think of firsthand is like him spitting on the reporters with the Red Wings. But that's just because we're from Detroit. We see that image a lot because we're from Detroit. We see the Red Wings jersey. That wasn't in there. But, you see the court scene where he had the all-white and the Cartier glasses and he's talking to the judge and he says something real prolific. Then we see the Shock G and Digital Underground days. Only issue I had was like the movie scenes inside of the movie scenes where they showed him on like the Butter Rim and Juice like background, like the actual... What is it called?
The movie set.
The movie set. Yeah, the movie set. It looked terrible. Like terrible, low grade. It was awful. Wherever they shot that at and how they shot it.
Juice wasn't bad. The set
every hairstyle that they had was crooked. It was not evenly cut. You couldn't tell that it was a box fade. His line and it was just all over the place.
But their hair was kind of like that.
No, it was not. It was not. It was very crisp on the sides. That much.
His
wasn't even a box fade.
That's
what I'm saying. They didn't show steel.
Oh, okay, yes.
They showed the pushback locker scene where he pops out of nowhere. And he like, you know what? I am crazy. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. That's all they showed. It looked awful.
Okay.
Terrible. And then the dude that played Omar Epps was like, he did look shit like Omar Epps. But that's a side note. And that's another aspect I felt like that the movie overcame its deficiencies. The budget for that shit was terrible. They made the most out of what they got. And, just talking about that alone, the person who played Snoop Dogg didn't even talk in the fucking movie. He had a voiceover work. Snoop literally said all his own lines. This nigga just stood there and mouthed it, which is fucking terrible.
Yeah, it was a kind of bad of a dub with
terrible
Snoop Dogg. He was always turned away from the camera.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And then you look at, like I said, I feel like another thing that a lot of people don't know about Tupac's not only legacy, but his standing with his family right now and his actual performance and everything that goes into like his credits and all the money he makes and people who control all of that stuff. There was a lot of creative limitations that these people had. So there's a lot of things they couldn't talk about. There wasn't no psych in the movie. Anybody who's a Tupac fan is like the deeper voice guy on Picture Me Rolling. There's no mention of Yo-Yo, who was Tupac's girlfriend at one point in the early 90s. All these other rappers who were pivotal in Tupac's life, I don't think that they could find the actors to play those people. So they kind of just left it out. There was no E40.
That would have been too many, though.
Yeah, that's also what I was saying. As far as time basis, they couldn't put that extra side of his life in it.
Because it's still a movie and it has to follow a plot.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
We talk about rape. We talk about the shooting. We talk about him shooting cops. We talk about death row. That's Tupac's life. When you think about the main... Like, nobody really knows the Digital Underground Tupac. They focused in on that. They talked about his first song when he was actually on wax with the same song. That's his first big break. That was there. You know what I'm saying? They didn't talk about other things when it happened, but it's like you talked about that aspect. I think the most important part for me was like that they honed in on his youth. They spoke about his mother giving him a notebook, like a journal for Christmas. That's who he was. He really had to go read news reports. She talked about him reading the New York Times and articles. That's something he really had to do.
Yeah, spoiler alert, big time.
But, you know, it is.
Also, spoiler alert, he dies.
So, yeah, damn.
Shout out to dying.
I'm gonna still see it, but do you feel like they covered the death row like situation?
They did. I think
that was the best aspect.
Oh, the best aspect.
Yeah,
Okay.
My closing remarks. If I have to say, see it or don't see it, 100%. Go see it. It was a good movie.
It was a good movie.
Better than Notorious.
So
under NWA.
Did they show the better than Straight Outta Compton?
No,
I said
no.
All right, so hold on. I'm gonna ask two questions. One, did they show where he lied? What Fun Flex was talking about?
I don't know what
that scene was there, but it showed him getting shot.
So it didn't show the lie.
No.
So Fun Flex lied.
Yes.
All right.
He lied. He lied.
All right, and then question number 2. All right, so where do you put this amongst biopics?
I would say, like, be nice, say in between NWA
biopics,
and
Notorious.
No,
I mean, all of them. Or do you just rap or?
I mean, you can do all of them. We can do like the TLC shit, right? Didn't they have a biopic recently?
That was like a Lifetime movie.
All right, we can do what? Temptations. That's number 1.
I haven't seen it.
You've seen the long Temptations. What?
Never seen it.
I think.
Yeah, it was just everybody's.
I think we gotta kick you out the shop, bro. You gotta get out the shop.
Motherfuckers in the barbershop.
Yeah. Losing the member. Jay Gans has gotta go.
It was nice being here.
Mama Rose don't want you in the house with us right now, dog. You wild.
Talk to Mama Rose. If you can't sing in Mama Rose's house, then
yeah, you definitely can't do this podcast in Mama Rose's barbershop. So
I think that, like you said, Temptations is number 1. I'm a big Ray fan. I like NWA.
Ray was very good.
Yeah, Ray was done well, and then it's like
what with the Biggie? No one likes it.
It's not bad, but look, I'm biased in that aspect. I didn't listen to a lot of Biggie Smalls music. Like I said, West Coast and Tupac is like the area that I grew up.
I thought they did a good job with the Biggie movie.
It wasn't bad, 100%.
I love the Biggie movie. I'm more of a Biggie fan than I am a Tupac fan, so I'm a little bit biased. So I'm gonna say Tupac was under Notorious in my eyes, but good movie. All of them are good movies. Right. Not to knock any of them by saying it's under.
And Michael Jackson with Flex, and it was not a good movie though. And the
Michael Jackson
shut up,
man.
Michael Jackson with the white guy.
Stop it.
Y'all gotta stop doing Michael Jackson like
no,
this.
Yeah, you shouldn't even brought that up, man. Come on, man.
Michael Jackson.
No. Yeah, that's the only Michael Jackson.
Well, what about the? Well, that was a lot.
The ending Michael Jackson and American Dream sucked too.
American Dream was nice, but that's it.
All right, so Transformers is out. Bad movie. We already have the verdict on that terrible movie.
Yes.
All right, so I would like to know from all you guys, because we already know Transformers is bad, so you can't talk about the bad Transformers ones because it's 5 of them now, so you can already say your top 5 bad movies or top 3 is all Transformers. Don't be a pussy. Let's take the real way out.
Chirac.
So top 3 bad movies. You want to start with Yolanda? I want to see your top 3 bad movies.
Okay, I'm gonna go like recent history. I think we all went to go see that Jurassic World. I grew up a big Jurassic Park fan, and just the way that movie came on and the way it presented itself, it like really hurt my feelings. So that has to be one of just off of emotional and childhood. That was very disappointing to go see. So that would be my bad movie. Another movie growing up that I seen that was just like really bad was Superman Returns.
Ooh, that's a bad movie.
Now, that was just, I don't know what they were thinking about. They had my boy Kevin Spacey.
Yeah, that was a good Lex Luthor. And that's better than the Batman Superman Lex Luthor.
Yeah, that's it. Kevin Spacey's a very talented actor, but they did a They did an awful.
Shout out to Brandon Roth for getting shot in the eye in that movie.
Man, awful movie.
Oh, yeah, right then it like just go through his eye like he's so super.
And my last
eyes.
bad like I guess like action. Well, bad movie period would be the Batman and Robin with George Clooney. As Batman.
With the bat nipples and the bat credit cards.
Bat credit card.
And Mr. Freeze.
Poison Ivy. Mr. Freeze. Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Mr. Freeze.
You're killing my childhood right now. I know it's a bad movie, but
that was
it's sacred to me.
Batman Forever was a good. I think it's a classic, but Batman and Robin was like a very. Bad movie.
Val Kilmer is gangster as
Val
Batman. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly.
He was a good difference from what we saw with what was it, Michael Keaton, who also was Beetlejuice.
Mike Keaton was pretty decent Batman, right?
I guess for the 80s that was pretty good, but yeah,
I wouldn't say he was the worst Batman.
Yeah, he wasn't the worst.
Yeah, I mean clearly
on the verge of being.
Yeah. All right, so Gans.
I think I only got 2. My one of them is a.
Gotta give him 3. Don't be an asshole. Don't chicken out, bro.
Mama Rose gonna kick you out the barbershop.
I'm gonna give him 2. I think my movies are like when I was disappointed is I look at fan reviews a lot, which is shaking my head at fan reviews because fan reviews lie to you. They will tell you that a movie is good when it's ass as fuck.
Yeah.
First movie, It Follows. I don't know if you guys have seen it. It's probably not. I don't think you guys like horror movies. It was on Netflix. It got rated like best horror movie on Netflix. I was looking at some threads and looking at some blogs and shit.
I thought The Babadook was the best movie on Netflix.
That was the best horror movie. But
what? I thought that shit was terrible.
Okay.
TBH. Just being honest. All right, go ahead.
It Follows, man. Terrible movie. Slow plot. Didn't have any music. It was like weird as fuck. Couldn't even make it through the movie. No comment. It was terrible. Don't go see it. Okay.
All right.
SMH. Slight. This movie came out this year with Jacob Lattimore. Another movie that I was fucking duped with fan reviews. This movie got like a 90% on Rotten Tomatoes, and Rotten Tomatoes don't give nobody a 90%. Like only Get Out got like a 90%, and Get Out deserved that 90%. Shout out to Get Out.
Shout out Jordan Peele.
Yeah, shout out Jordan Peele. Jordan Peele actually he was on the directing team for Slight.
They was riding the wave off that.
Yeah.
That's the movie with he's like a card game?
Magician, yeah.
He was a magician?
Man, it was terrible. Jacob Lattimore was a magician. He was fucking terrible. He's a terrible actor, and it was a terrible movie. I don't think that Jordan Peele had a lot to do with that one, because if you look at Get Out and then 2 weeks later go see Slight, it's down there like, who the fuck is Jordan Peele? Did he make this movie?
He's a rookie. He's a rookie. Sophomore slump. You make a second movie, it's ass.
We ain't gonna let them rook us.
Yeah,
but they for sure let him rook.
If I had to give a third movie, because y'all want to be dickheads and make me do a third movie. I like movies though.
Yeah, I mean we seen a lot of movies together.
Yeah, what was a bad movie we saw together?
I got some bangers.
That movie we all saw together, that football movie. What was that movie called?
Oh, when the game? No, that wasn't the Game Stand Tall. It was
not that?
No, Game Stand Tall isn't that with the 50 Cent, right?
It's the kid that died.
Yeah, I think that is when the game.
Oh, when the Game Stand Tall.
And it sucked.
The kid was he was getting beat by his father.
Oh, with Deshaun Jackson.
Terrible movie. Again, no comment.
You know,
I didn't fuck with it.
Like you said, watching it, they could have did it better. But that one story about that C.K. Kelly, the one that did get shot, that was like a real true thing. And he was supposed to be like the next breakthrough guy, and his parents went through like a real tough stretch. So I mean that was sad.
I think that you guys are missing a lot of bad movies.
Yeah, I feel like Gans put a movie out there. He didn't need to have to put them.
Yeah, I can't think of another movie.
Me,
let's
go to Be Nice. Let's move.
Like I said,
not a movie critic. Really.
At the beginning of this segue, I said Chirac 5 times, but I just watched that for an actual homework assignment in one of my classes. Shout out to Cinema 150. But Chirac is fucking awful. Spike Lee has lost his juice, and to put Nick Cannon as a Chirac gangster was the worst decision of anybody's life, and totally unbelievable. Just to think that somebody who sung the song Gigolo and worked at Nickelodeon and now does Wild 'N Out could ever be believable as a gangster, impossible. Only highlight of that movie is Samuel Jackson, who is fucking hilarious in the shit. But well,
maybe that's the satire, right?
It's satire.
Maybe all the gangsters are really,
it's satire, but it's hard to watch. It's hard to watch. I think
that theory.
Yeah, that's possible. I think that my number 2. This is gonna be big for these people in the room. I feel like I'm not an anime guy. Dragon Ball Z is fucking terrible.
That's not a movie.
Hey,
You
if I
talking
got
about the
kicked out, he
movie?
gotta
Or
go.
All right, wait. You talking about the movie?
Yeah.
Oh, well, the movie
okay, I
was
thought you
terrible.
talking
Yeah,
about-
Dragon Ball Evolution.
You talking about the real life movie?
Yeah, Dragon Ball Evolution.
With the white guys.
Yeah, I mean that has nothing to do with Dragon Ball Z.
Okay. Be nice, come back.
Terrible. No, I wouldn't. I actually have no issues with Dragon Ball Z or anime. I just never got into it. Like, it was not something. I watched it periodically. I might catch an episode here and there, and I just would never watch it again. You know what I'm saying? It was
I don't even count that movie, but yeah, that was bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
me personally.
I feel like that was a cop out, but go ahead.
X-Men Apocalypse.
That was a bad movie.
Bad movie.
That was a real bad movie.
I'm the biggest X-Men fan there is. That's my favorite Marvel group. I was completely disappointed. They wasted all of that young talent. Those young kids could have been very good. And that's my favorite iteration of the X-Men, which is the 80s version, which is the cartoon with the dun-dun-dun-dun. That was the greatest X-Men to me at all. Anything that we've seen. That's my favorite cartoon of all time. I feel like they let the ball down. And, I'm going on a limb with this one because, people said that the Dragon Ball Z was a weak shot. Batman vs. Superman was not a good movie.
Ooh.
It wasn't a good movie.
I would like to debate that.
It wasn't a good movie.
I feel like it was a pretty straight movie. Pretty decent movie. I feel like, for what it was, I never wanted nothing too crazy out of it. For what it was a pretty good start-out movie. Now the ending was, pretty bad, but then they made up for it with Batman beating everyone's ass and breaking arms and shit. It was pretty cool. That was actiony.
Well, let's go to you also. What's your 3?
3 bad movies. I've had time to think about this since I came up with the shit, but I kind of don't even know, to be honest.
No, give them 3.
Because I'm gonna give him 3.
No, give him 5.
Oh no, I'm gonna give him 3.
Amazing Spider-Man 2.
Ooh, hold on, wait. Don't even steal from me, because I want to be able to dig deep. All right, so first, I want to say the worst movie I've ever seen. I'm not even gonna say the worst movie because I know there's a lot of movies I'm leaving out there. But Think Like a Man was the worst movie I have seen repeatedly times. I've seen that movie 4 times in a theater. So I paid my money on different occasions to see this bad movie, and that shit. It's like one of those movies that got worse every time you seen it, and it was bad the first time. It was like someone stabbed you and then twisting it.
I can't believe that that's the worst movie you've ever seen. I think that you getting gypped and buying that ticket 4 times is putting a lot of more pressure on that movie.
But it also wasn't good.
It wasn't a good movie, and I've said this to several people. I agree. But I don't think it's the worst movie.
Also, all right, and that's the only time I'm going to use a Kevin Hart or a Madea movie, because I shout out to black directors and black actors. But
shout out to the fact that
a lot of Kevin Hart's movies suck, and a lot of Madea movies suck. So I don't even want to go there anymore.
I think everybody agree. I think everybody will agree with that. I will be in any of those movies though, but I think anybody would agree with that. Yeah.
All right, my second choice for terrible movies, and I'm gonna just go with a whole group here. What's that shit called with the Hunger Games? I hated all of it. Hated. I like the first one, and then it just gets awful.
The first one was a classic, good movie. The rest of them, I used to debate with Austin, but I have to agree the rest of them were pretty bad. But you gotta understand, it was like a 15-year-old girl writing that. But for a little girl to write that, it is impressive.
I wouldn't put that on my worst movies ever list. Of course not.
I mean, they were bad.
Austin,
but I wouldn't put it first.
Austin is one of the biggest movie critics I know.
It's a lot of
bad.
bad
I mean, we go back and forth, but
he's gonna give you a terrible movie that's not that bad.
The Equalizer.
No, okay, I disagree with that.
The Equalizer.
Yeah, I like the Equalizer.
I feel like the Equalizer.
I like it, but I feel like it's like Think Like a Man.
I like
me in my top.
I be
3
liking
worst.
movies,
Equalizer. Equalizer is good.
You liking them bitches? I don't know, bro. Equalizer.
I like the Equalizer.
I feel like all of that was just what did I watch?
No,
it was almost like a compilation of Denzel's so cool. And is he? Because he's like an old man.
Any Adam Sandler movie the last decade.
See, those are easy. It's a lot of bad movies out here. So now, all right, 3 of your favorite movies.
3 of my favorite movies.
That's
last decade.
It's tough, guy.
I got a lot. Like I said, I like them bitches. I like movies.
Because I just did this with my other group chat I got. Let me do my top 3. I do superhero movies. I like the first Avengers that came together.
Okay.
I like the Watchmen. I say is number 2.
Oh, man,
I like the Dark Knight. I said those were my top 3 superhero, like I said, superhero action movies.
Superhero action movies?
If we're doing gangster movies, I'm gonna have to go Casino number 1. I have to go Scarface number 2. And I know you don't like it. Oh no, and I'll go Pulp Fiction number 3.
Ooh, that's a gangster movie.
Yeah, that is a gangster movie.
It was a gangster movie.
That's a gangster movie.
Okay.
Comedy gangster. I guess.
And like you said, Quentin Tarantino like my favorite like director. I like So. And I'll go Jackie Brown number 4. So
All right, so
Jackie Brown.
if we're doing that, now I'm probably gonna go Goodfellas number 1.
I know he's gonna go.
Goodfellas number 1, Casino number 2, and then Jackie Brown number 3.
Yeah, Jackie.
Superhero movies, I'm going Dark Knight. That's always gonna be my favorite one. Civil War.
Yeah.
I feel like that was one of the best movies I've ever seen.
Yeah.
I seen it again. It was amazing. And then I don't know. Superhero.
GOGT. Guardians of the Galaxy.
Galaxy and no, I feel like that's not even in my top Marvels. I would have to go. It's like the original.
Top Marvel?
Yeah, I thought it was bad.
It's up there.
I thought it was bad.
What's better than that? Let's talk about that.
No, because that's gonna go into a whole nother.
We can talk about that in a minute. We can talk about that next time. Another time.
Yeah.
But no, it's not in my top. Probably like top 7, but not 5.
It's pretty bad to me, but we keep it going.
We already got 2. You got Avengers like right ahead of it, and then that movie. All right, so and then number 3, damn, we can't go animated, right? Like no
animated, yeah.
I don't know, man. Do Interstellar count as a? That's like a.
That's like a movie. That's like a movie. Yeah,
it's just a regular movie.
Yeah, you can put that in there.
All right, well, Interstellar is one of my favorite movies. Or Arrival. If no one's ever seen Arrival,
I have. That was a good movie.
That was a fucking great movie.
Great movie.
So those 2, they're not superhero movies, but just movies in general. Like if I was on the beach by myself, I'd watch those movies all day long.
Yeah. Okay. Also, start with mine with Interstellar. I'm gonna say Interstellar. We went to go see that together, didn't we?
Yeah.
All 3 of us.
All 4 of us. Amir too. Shout out to Amir.
Shout out Amir. And shout out Interstellar and shout out Bradley Cooper.
No, that wasn't. That was
Matthew McConaughey.
Matthew McConaughey.
Fuck you, Bradley
All white
Cooper.
people don't look alike.
Yeah, they do. Male actors look alike. That's why I said the shit. But number 2, my number 2 will have to be. Wait, what was I doing? Just number 3. I mean, all 3 all time. I would say
Best movies, yeah.
best movies. Get Out is up there, man. That was really good.
Get Out was very good.
That was a movie.
It's better even the second time when you like realize all the layers.
Yeah.
He's like when he walks into the kitchen says, "Yeah, I had to always keep a piece of my mother in here," and then like Georgina's standing there.
Yeah.
It's like, oh shit, wow, it's foreshadowing.
Right.
She's gonna fucking kill him later. So.
Right. 3. Damn. 3 all time. That's hard, man.
Also, when he says he wants to kill his deers. Says he should kill every last one of them. He's talking about niggers. So Negroes. Yeah, edit that out, Gans. He's talking about me.
Shout out to Eddie.
Let's go to Be Nice then, cause
My top 3 favorite.
Wait.
I think out the gate when I'm looking back at movies, Avengers is a special moment for me. I'm like a big Marvel fan, so to see that on the big screen was a special moment for me. So I gotta have Avengers in there.
Avengers was very dope. When it first came out, it was amazing.
Yeah,
it was almost no top. Like it was what everyone was waiting for like 6 years.
And it came together perfectly. I felt like.
Yeah, it gave everybody the right amount of time.
Let's see. What would be 2 for me? What would be 2? It's another good movie that I enjoy. I'm big on Training Day.
Yeah.
I'm big on Training Day.
Oh yeah, damn.
I'm big on Training Day, so I think that would be 2 for me. 3, I'm gonna just pull this out of complete enjoyment, not necessarily best movie. I like A Butter Rim a lot. Like I can watch that movie all day. To me that's the best. We're gonna talk about that. That's the best basketball movie.
We're gonna talk about that soon. No, we're not gonna say all that. We are gonna say
I give it
crossover does exist, ladies and gentlemen.
All right, we're not gonna talk about that at all. But I give it a slash between 3-way tie.
Hoosiers also exist.
Coach Carter, A Butter Rim, he got game.
Blue Chips.
What Mere Love? Glory Holes?
Glory Road with Bobby Joe Hill. Shout out to Bobby Joe Hill.
Shout out to
He is
Bobby
from
Joe.
Detroit, so
He also played Boogie Miles, so
Six
shout out to
Man.
Boogie Miles.
No, that's Derek Luke. Bobby Joe Hill is the guy that he played. Fuck Derek Luke. I fuck with Derek Luke because of Biker Boys, but we're not giving him.
Right.
We're giving Bobby Joe his respect because he's
Right.
from Detroit. One of the pioneers. Won the national championship with the first all-black star lineup. So that was a big time moment for us in history.
All right, cool.
But yeah, Training Day, didn't like the 3-way tie between the basketball movies. I do enjoy Coach Carter a lot, and he got game, obviously, who, if it wasn't for that, maybe we wouldn't have hold Ray Allen to such a high standard, because he is Jesus Shuttlesworth, at the end of the day. But that also could have been Kobe Bryant or Allen Iverson if they didn't turn it down or would have wanted to take acting classes. So, everything happens for a reason, man. Shout out to Ray Allen. Jesus Shuttlesworth.
Gans, you finished? Did you still have one more movie to give us, right?
Man, I don't know, bro. Help me out, dog. What movies have we seen together? I'm gonna say Guardians of the Galaxy, the first one.
All right, cool.
That shit was fire.
We saw that Dolo No Hoes.
Dolo No Hoes.
Shout out to J Metz.
Shout out to J Metz.
Yeah, me and Gans saw that Dolo without hoes. We have girlfriends.
Oh yeah, I don't have no hoes anyway.
Yeah.
Shout out to being loyal.
Shout out to being loyal. Shout out to no hoes. So J Metz.
Shout out to having no hoes. So SMH
Yeah.
to J Metz.
No, shout out to J Metz. He called us out on being good boyfriends. We're alpha males.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Beta males go randomly.
Good
And
about
this
being
bitch,
Dolo
look.
with no hoes.
Motherfuckers in the barbershop, we keep that bitch loyal, nigga.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We don't cheat in the barbershop.
Cause that ain't what motherfuckers in the barbershop.
Yeah, that ain't what you do in the shop.
Past history, people actually do cheat a lot in the barbershop. I've seen it.
People who sell drugs in the barbershop.
Kwame Kilpatrick.
People get beat I've seen men get beat the fuck up in the barbershop by their girlfriends for cheating.
Perry said saw dude get shot in the barbershop. Maybe we should change the name so no one comes and shoots us in the barbershop.
Ain't none of that going on in this motherfucking barbershop.
All right, all right. So to wrap up, we heard the complaints. There's a lot of air and a lot of noise. We tried to fix the production. You want Orlando to stop sounding like a little girl, so he manlied up his voice for this episode. No, it's a list of complaints I've read. So just to let you know, it would be nice you sound like a mouse boy. They want you to speak up a little louder. So this is just all the complaints I've heard.
Testing.
There you go. So final remarks, fellas. What else you got to say? Lando going to Jamaica. Let's shout out again.
Shout out to Jamaica.
Shout out to Jamaica. So Lando, you want to say something before you go trip to Jamaica?
Yeah, man. I will not be here next week, but I'll be here the week after that. Hopefully, I'll have a good time in Jamaica.
You probably call him, probably bug him.
Yeah, maybe we can Skype you and you can
Yeah, you probably can call me.
We had a guest. We had a guest on the table. Trey Nino. He bailed on us last minute.
Shout out Trey Nino. We got it in at the gym today.
Yeah, we got it in at the gym. Did abs.
Y'all didn't get it in at the gym. Me and Trey beat y'all 3 times straight.
No, be nice. You didn't get it in at the gym.
We beat y'all 3 times straight.
Shout out to losing. It makes you a better man.
It does.
Shout out to shaking my hand and winning. You get cocky. Gans, you got anything to say?
I appreciate everybody, all the feedback from last episode. We appreciate the love. Motherfuckers in the barbershop, we love y'all motherfuckers. Everybody that's listening. If you shared the link, if you want to get on the show, make sure you hit any of us up. This next time we're going to put it on a couple more outlets, Apple Music, so make sure y'all subscribe to that.
Yeah, it's going to be on iTunes podcast section, so please.
Yep.
It's going to be on my YouTube channel.
Yep, make sure you subscribe to that. Put it on Austin's YouTube page as well. 10 Stacks, TNSTACKS. I got you, bro.
Yeah.
I'll plug you in.
Shout out.
Shout out to that.
Shout out to plugs.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, like I said, we appreciate all the love. Bottom of our heart. You guys continue to listen, like, share anything. We appreciate the love.
Yeah, man. And we appreciate everything, man. We love you guys. You guys love us. We're your friends, so if you listen to this, share it, multiple times. Just keep sharing it, even if you don't really like it, We're split up into multiple parts. You just find a part you like. You feel me? You like that part. Then you share it to your friend, and hopefully he likes that same part, show him another part.
And that's how love goes. That's how love keeps the world going.
Yeah.
Shout out to all the supporters.
Shout out to love.
Man. People show love. You rocking with people, man. That's big time. Don't be no hating ass nigga.
Don't be a hater.
Shout out to that, man.
Shout out to
Say
not
that
hating.
Twice.
Yeah, shout out to not hating. Hating is for bitches.
All right, y'all. Another good episode.
Another good episode. Shout out to Young Gucci. We were playing this at the outro also. It's the intro and outro.
Go listen to that.
Yeah, kick your dope.
We out.
Kick your dope if I heard that you been moving shit. Not new to this, little nigga true to this. Got Uzi clips. If you move with shooting shit, Baku's a bitch. When it comes to shooting shit, Young Gucci bitch. Free to go, this what I'm screaming out the roof, little bitch. In the coupe, I'm feeling like I'm Money Mitch. Trying to get a little sunny bag. 14 in the duffel bag, man. I gotta duff your ass.